Well, Mark, it seems like an awful long time since we last spoke here, but beginning of a new season. I've just watched you a training session out there in the park. A lot of hard work going on.
Aye, it's been a long time since the Cowan-Meath game, but again, we've been back in here for the guts of 5 weeks now, so it's a long time for that first training session to get into the real stuff on Saturday. So we've worked hard, but we're ready to go on Saturday.
It's been a rebuilding over this summer, hasn't it, really? You lost 11 first team players during the summer, clear out and whatever, people going to other clubs. So what's it like to try and start off the season again with a brand new squad?
It's difficult because we probably still know that we're finalised squad yet. We're probably another 2 or 3 short anyway, in minimum. But as I say, I think the guys that we've brought in are going to make a real difference. Even the team spirit's great. Obviously we've not got the biggest squad, we've got a lot of younger kids in, but there's a good blend in there, and with a couple of the guys that we signed today, it's just made us a wee bit stronger, and we know we still need another 2 and 3 on top of that, but yeah, we lost 11 players, whether it was my choice or their choice. It's still a big turnover in players. It'll take time for these guys to settle. Hopefully we'll get the results while they're trying to do that, and that'll be the most important thing.
So you said a couple of players signed today. Can you let us know who they are?
Ryan Donnelly signed. Ryan's a striker who's probably the last couple of years hasn't had the best of luck, but he scored 28 goals in the one season 2 or 3 years ago there for Airdrie. Went down to Wigan in trial and done really well down there, and he's just needed to get that wee start again and get his career back on track. I see him training in the 2 games that he has played for. He's got that hunger. And he probably needs somebody to have a wee bit of faith in him, because he's not had that in the last couple of years, and what we've seen we like, and we'll give Ryan that opportunity, and he looks like a penalty box player and a goal scorer, so hopefully he's the guys, if he can create the chances, he'll put them away. We'll also still have to bring in another striker to help him as well, but again we're working hard on that. We've also brought in Peter Murphy, who's the record holder of appearances for an outfield player for Carlisle. Played a long time, sort of testimonial down there, and he's a seasoned pro, he's a leader, he's a winner. He's probably that vocal guy in the middle of defence, right in the spine of your team that you need, and he'll bring a lot of experience. And even in training tonight, it was the first session we had with him, he looks like a real player as well. He's no one of these just get it and kick it the way he's facing type of centre half, so he'll actually take the ball and pass it and come out for the back. And again, we've not had one of the players here for a long time, so hopefully he'll be a bit of a fan's favourite, and he's a guy you can hang your hat on at 33 when he's played them many games. So we're excited about the 2 signings, but we've also brought in guys like JP, Kevin McKinley, Nicky Devlin, and we've also got a couple of the younger guys breaking through as well. So we're quite excited. As I say, we still need 2 or 3 players on top of that.
Have we got any injury problems?
Injury problems with Kevin McKinley struggling. He was in a car crash probably about 5 weeks ago, and he's just struggling to get over that. It's just something that's coming for his spine, his sciatic nerve, and it's giving him a lot of trouble. But Kev probably won't be fit for Saturday. Micah Dong didn't train tonight, but he'll be fine. He'll get through that, and apart from that, we're at full strength for this with the small squad that we've got.
It's going to be quite tough to get the same amount of goals as last season. We've lost obviously them off for his goal scoring abilities. How do you see us getting the goals this year?
Well, you don't replace Moff as in his goals and the style that he plays in. What we'll have to do is find somebody who will score his goals in a certain style of play that will get us their goals, and that's the reason why Ryan's come in. I think we'll play a different style. We'll pass the ball a wee bit more than we normally do. We've got a guy, JP McGovern, in there who can go and get in between the lines and go and hurt people, play the passes for the wide players to get in and for the likes of a striker. And again, we will look a wee bit different to the eye this year. And as I say, you don't replace somebody like Michael Moffat, but life goes on. You've got to go and find another way to score the goals. And as I say, we've got Ryan in now, and we're hoping to bring in another to complement him as well.
JP's been getting a great lot of compliments already early on after the first one. Some people even saying he's the most skillful and toughest player we've had since Ryan Stevenson on the park.
In a certain way they're kind of similar, albeit JP's played at a much higher level, and he's played there for a long time. He's been down in England for 12 years, and he's played for some top teams down there, Sheffield United and Sheffield Wednesday. He's played for Carlisle as well, obviously low down the leagues with MK Don, Swindon, so he's got the pedigree, but his enthusiasm for a 33-year-old and his attitude and the way his positivity with the young kids is different class, and he's been a joy to work with, and I think it's it's our gain that we've got him here. I can't believe he's playing at this level, but it's our gain.
Other few things we've got to come back to. We've got quite a strong looking league this year against us. Who do you see as the top teams from this league this season?
I see Dunfermline as the strongest, and what they've done, they've went to a couple of the teams that they think might cause them a few problems and took their best players. They took more for us, they took Boy Stirling, Stranraer, they took Big Buchanan, centre half Airdrie, and again, that's what the teams with the most money can go and do. Rangers done it for years. That's what you used to do, go and get the best players off their rivals to make them stronger and the other teams weaker. But as I say, life goes on for us. We move kind of way. Dunfermline will be the strongest team, but it's up to us to go and try put a challenge in there. I see Morton's another full-time team, but we feel as though if we can get 2 or 3 others, we can go and compete against them. And the likes of Brecon, your Stennies, your Forfars, they're always strong anyway. So Stranraer had a fantastic season last year. Whether they can keep that going this year, I don't know.
What about teams like Stirling Albion coming up?
Stirling will probably, they'll probably be everybody's favourite to go back down, but again, everybody thought Stranraer would probably finish down near the bottom last year, and it doesn't happen. So, and with Peterhead coming up, I think they'll be quite tough opponents, especially up there. So it's a very, very strong league. It's up to us to, I think the most important thing is to go and make sure you start well and give yourself that chance of staying in the pack, like we did last year. For us to be in the top 4 all season was a success. Again, we want to go and take it a step further this year and make sure if we don't win the league, we make sure we get in the playoffs and make sure we win them. And that's probably the plan for what we need to do this year. It'll be a big ask with the type of squad we've got and the budget we've got, young kids, but again, there's no point in setting out the season and no one to aim high, and that's what we'll do.
Again, you're going to have to ask from great support from the crowd, and especially those long away games up to places like Peterhead. It's where you need the crowd shouting on for you and keep the guys going. And as you say, a lot of youngsters in there.
This is probably the season that I will ask the fans, for as much as they like to go in my back and give me a hard time, I don't mind that. It's these young guys that's in the team, they need as much support as possible, even when things don't go well. They've never experienced this type of thing, and we don't know how they're going to react at this moment in time, so we'll need to wait and see how that happens in the games when things aren't going well. But the support can play a big part in that by getting behind the team when they're not doing well, and if they do that, I'm sure these young guys will rise to the occasion. And we've got senior guys here that obviously need the supporters as well. They're a massive part of this club, and if they do what we ask them to do and get behind the team, I'm sure we'll be a wee bit more successful.
Right, so Saturday, Petrofac Training Cup, the World Challenge Cup up at Clyde at Broadwood on Saturday. Team with a new manager, Barry Ferguson, well known to us. Rangers twice, Blackburn Rovers, Birmingham City, Blackpool. Bit of experience there, but first real managerial job.
I know Barry. He was just itching to get into it, and the fact he's took the Clyde job, it just gave it a wee bit extra spice to Saturday's game. It's one of the games I find it's for the likes of Ayr United, they're always expected to win them. Even with the Stirling game the following week as well, we're expected to win these games, and it's never as easy as that because they'll come out the traps firing, they'll want to impress their new manager. And I'm sure Barry will be wanting to go after a winning start, but as I say, I think with the players that we have got, and if we can go and be professional and do our jobs right, we'll win the game.
Also an interesting old face there as well, David Sinclair. Signed up for them as well.
So, as I say, that's
an extra bit of bite.
I hope, I say players move on and go into different things. These things happen, but it's up to us, as I say, to go there and do our jobs, and I'm sure we'll win the game if we do that.
So looking forward to this season?
You're always positive going into the start of the season. It's you always think you're going to win a league. For the last 22, 23 years that I've been in the game, you always think we're going to win a league. Whether it was with Kilmarnock or Partick or Airdrie or St Mirren or whatever, you always think you're going to do it. And that's a great thing about being involved in football. You always think you're going to be successful, and sometimes it doesn't happen. But the one thing we will do is work hard and make sure we get our best shot.
One final thing, if you have to take one thing from last season, what is it?
I just think that we started the season really well, and we stayed in the top 4 positions. I think with a wee starter probably in the second quarter of the season, I think if you can start well and then maintain that for a wee bit longer, you'll have a much better season. Obviously we want to take cup runs, and that was one thing we've not done since I've been the manager. I want to get a better cup run, whether it's this cup or the League Cup or the Scottish Cup, because that's where you generate the money and the interest, and that's what we want to do here. But primarily the league's the main thing for us, and we want to get a good account of ourselves and go and have a challenge at it.
Thanks, Mark.